Hi all, and welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new, I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and speaking my life stories with autism and Asperger's syndrome, along with tips and advice, as well as some hopefully fun and games to take you all on a journey what life is like with me as an autistic adult. So if you're into any of these and more that I may share with you guys, feel free to subscribe on the bottom right hand corner of the screen and turn on the notification bell so don't miss any future videos like these and more that is to come. So it has been brought to my attention, as you know, basically, and where I am is nearing summer, so I thought basically to do another fun video of a summer tag video for you guys, so hopefully that you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully, as we know, for some of the tags that we do, some of it is just like a little insight about ourselves, obviously as an introductory icebreaker. So that's what all the tags is about from what I can recall, as well as what the other feature of the tag is when, you know, people does a certain, you know, video and they maybe decide to tag some people, hence, you know, tag your it, pass it on kind of thing. So the questions will be listed below if you want to do these with me or after me, hearsay. And this is the inspiration was coming from basically one of the ladies that I'll link in the description as well. I can't remember the name on top of the head that did this, but I'll link it in afterwards also. So let's begin this. So the very first question is, what is my go-to product for sun-kissed summer glow? But is it a bronzer, self-tanner, etc., or both? Like for me, basically at the moment I've been trying to experiment with it, as you know, makeups and whatnot, but at this point of time I've just been basically doing some sort of moisturising lotion that has a little bit of tint of a summer tan kind of feel for it, even though basically at this point of time I'm hoping to find some more that will actually blend into my skin and actually implement my skin, because as I said before in one of my videos many times before, that with this trial and error at this moment, for me it's been really super hard, because obviously, you know, at this point of time the way my skin is at the aging factor, being 30 or a little over 30, it's been super hard to find the right, you know, balance for this. It is, what books do you recommend for the summer reads of this year? I usually am a bookworm, and in saying so, basically I love to read when I get the chance. I'm usually in my books or what have you, or I'm doing other things outside of so I'm going to give you hopefully a top 5 recommendations for summer reads for what I believe. Just bear in mind though also, as we know, that this is just my opinion on it, you know. Some people will have maybe other favourites, so it's just their own. As we know, basically in this day and age, also for most of us book enthusiasts, summer is a high season for juicy fiction and gripping tales. It's the perfect time for us to kick back and relax at the beach or by the pool and dive deeply into a new book for ourselves, basically. So hopefully there has been some of them. So the first one I'm going to do in the top 5 recommendations I'm going to give you is The Bride Test by basically Helen Hines' novel, because obviously the first one was based on the Kiss Quotient. Basically, this time though, for this survey of this author, we're following the story of Kai Diep, a man who doesn't think he's capable of having feelings. He's still unconvinced when his family tries to assure him that his autism makes him process emotions differently, and his mom sets out to find him the perfect bride and vet. Number 2 on the list is Pride, Prejudice and Other Flavours, a novel. This one's by Sonali Dev. Every black sheep needs to bring this read on their next vacation, even as a renowned neurosurgeon, Dr. Trisha Rajay, can't seem to please her strapped family. She wants protection from breaking her parents' rules and finds a way when she crosses paths with a chef named DJ. Number 3, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, the definitive how-to guide. Obviously, this was by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Harster. We've heard what Karen and Georgia have to say in their popular podcast of My Favourite Murder. If you haven't done so, I recommend to do so. But now they're expressing themselves using a different medium. They share personal stories, obviously recommendations for advocating for self and more in this debate novel. Number 4 is I'll Never Tell by Catherine McKenzie. If you're always up for a good murder mystery, reach for this one. After their parents' sudden death, 5 siblings reunite to decide what to do with their family's property, but before they can, they have to figure out what happened to their fellow camper Amanda, who was found bludgeoned to death in a rowboat 20 years ago. And last but not least, for the top 5 I recommend is The City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. The protagonists jump into new adventures in Eat, Pray, Love. It's take on that. The latest novel by this takes a look back at the past. Vivian, a now 95-year-old woman, finally shares her life story from the 1940s, a combination of lust, scandal and fun. This is another novel you won't want to be able to put down. So, number 3 is, what's your signature scent? The next question. My signature scent is usually when I'm wearing basically certain body lotions, or shall we say perfumes. It's a light kind of feel because, like as I said, as an autistic, certain smells and whatnot does really hype me up and stuff. It gives me headaches, so my signature scent would have to be something of a floral variety, be it rose, jasmine, a bit of maybe sandalwood or something to complement it. It's just something just light so that, you know, it gets me. 4. The sun is shining, what are you going to do? Well, here in the lovely where I am in New Zealand, at the moment fine and well today, is basically what I would do if I could drive. I would probably be at the beach right now, taking a bit of a swim or walking across the beach coastline if there was one close by. Even just maybe go for a walk into nature's own Esplanade. As I said, I've actually shared about the Victoria Esplanade basically, and it's basically in one of my iCasts which I'll share with you all. 5. You're on a boardwalk, your stomach tends to grumble. What is your go-to summer food? As you are well aware, as by the lie I made a joke of so many times about my stomach grumbling all the time, always hungry when we're on our road trips. Don't blame me for that, folks, because obviously as we should have learned to pack light here, but lesson learned. My go-to food, well, it's basically would have to be something like fresh fruits, salad, or some form of salad, basically, because obviously, you know, I'm that sort of girl. Or it might be some frozen fruits, yogurt kind of popsicle kind of things that you see in supermarket counters, in your frozens, as well as maybe frozen fruit juices. I guess that's my girl colour. Number 6, what's your favourite sunscreen? Face, body or both? For this one, it will have to be both, because obviously at the moment I've noticed that, as I said before, as I'm aging, I've tried to balance up all the different brands of makeup versus everything else to look after my beauty inside and out, so to speak. So therefore, basically for this one, I have been using the Nivea range of certain things, and that has done well, as well as some of the stuff that I've been using through Lush that has been really good to my skin as well at this point in time. Number 7, after being in the heat, what do you do to cool off? What do I do to cool off? Usually is I'll have a cool shower, even though it will really make me, you know, scream it out loud, if you know what I mean. Another thing is, if I'm lucky enough, usually in the last few summers, well, I've been, you know, being with Father Laia would be basically in a pool to cool off, or just having some summer fun of water fights along the way and whatnot. Number 8, your favourite summer drinks, non-alcoholic versus your alcoholic drinks if there's any. Favourite summer drinks would have to be some tropical punches versus basically at the moment I've been getting into certain white wine versus rosés and whatnot. Some of the cocktails I've had in the past I've liked, but I can't remember the names off the top of the head. All I know is also I like having iced teas in summer. Number 9, favourites. Summer trends. At this point of time, I'm into my dresses, my halter neck tops or halter neck dresses as well. Sometimes short skirts. So now and again you may see me in my sportswear in summer, be it my, you know, usual gym wear sort of thing, like my gym shorts versus my running singlet or what have you. 10. How do you wear your hair? Well, as you can see, it has been recently cut lately. Usually I try to wear my hair as straight as possible if I'm going out, even though I'm trying to go all the natural, try not to, you know, use all these hair products and stuff to look after my hair, as well as also in saying this, basically, if I have to, now and again, just leave it, do its thing sometimes. Number 11, must have summer nail polish for summer. At the moment, like I said in my last video, for the spring tag, I'm not usually a bright coloured girl, but I will try to wear bright colours for summer, basically, especially when it comes down to my nails. But as I said before, hardly wear makeup. The only time I'll make makeup is on the special occasion. Number 12, what TV series, shows or movies do you watch? Okay, well, what I watch basically, I'm usually a thinking person, murder mystery person, versus also just surgery based stuff, you know, medical dramas, Grey's Anatomy and everything else. Foundation, BB cream, tinted moisturiser, or all of these. Well, this will vary time to time where I'm going or what I'm doing. 9 times out of 10 I'm using BB cream, as you've seen in one of my get ready videos. All the time I've usually used that, which I can't find at the moment, but the one I usually use is by Rimmel or something at the moment. That's doing wonders for my skin. Number 14, do you reach for a head or starting when hot or both? Well, at this point of time, for me especially, I'm both. Obviously, as I also said in one of my videos, as well as by the live moaning at me, having sunglasses inside, wearing them. As I said before, I am sensitive to lights and certain smells, obviously being an autistic, and like I feel that I want to try and, you know, protect the hair as well as my eyes, not just for the sake of my sensory stuff that goes on. 15 should say, summer jams you listen to. Summer jams I listen to is just anything to get me up and groove and sing and dance and be silly if need be, you know. And the last few times that I've been with Father, we've been singing some silly songs or just being silly in his club. This is also, like, my favourite memory obviously would have to be his sister's birthday last year or the year before, when I was a little tipsy and I started doing just a dance, even though I'm not good at dancing anymore, but I used to. Bucket list, what's on it, if there's any. My bucket list at the moment for summer, hopefully, as I said to myself before, push myself to go out a bit more, regardless if it's with or without Fatherlife. Hopefully to keep fit, because at the moment my lungs is letting me down due to all the stresses I'm going through at the moment. The bucket list is hoping can't be for the end of summer. If I reach to the goal that I wanted to achieve in my YouTube channel was, as I shared with you, a special for facing my failed heights or something, or even show you guys hopefully that I'll be able to be in the pool properly and swim like a water baby. Number 17, bikinis or tankinis or full swimsuit, show them if you've got it. Well, at this point of time, I've got 2 sets of tops, one of which is packed away, which are my boy shorts and my bra to match. The other one is obviously a full piece swimsuit that's tucks away my stomach region at the moment, is a tummy toner, which is at Firelight. Even though the one that I've got with Firelight at the moment is my favourite one because it's got polka dots and it's navy. Number 17, if you were to create your own ice cream flavour, what would it be? I usually don't eat that much ice cream anymore, as I said, because obviously I'm a store-based sort of person. Now and again I'll eat gelato, I should say. So I wouldn't have a clue on that front, so to speak, if I was to create one for you guys. 18, first memory of summer. My first memory of summer, obviously, as I said before, like, we might likely find me if I was closer to the beach or riverside, I'll be there. Basically, even though my first favourite summer memory was obviously, I think it was in summer, I could be wrong in the wrong season, but when I was younger, 8 or 9, fishing with my dad in the middle of the river. Learning to fish for me was a bit of an awkward one because obviously I caught my dad twice in the arm and whatnot. He's got the scar to prove it. And in saying this also, when we were doing it come summer, we were basically also, like, when I was living in one part of the Maloti region, I was also using a cork on baked lawn to practice my fly fishing or some form of fishing technique that Dad was teaching me to play it safe before we went out. Number 19. Describe summer to us. Summer to me basically can be hot, it can be relaxing, and a bit busy depending on where you are. Obviously, as again, if you were on beaches, certain beaches in New Zealand are real popular destinations of the summer, as well as also in saying this based on that is just usually it's a busy time and usually people are more joyful, I noticed. 20, favourite bronzer. Again, as I said before, I haven't tried many makeouts, so I can't tell you my favourite bronzer at the moment, but once I do find one, I'll let you know. 21, relaxing in a hammock on tropical island, what are you sipping on? Your favourite summer drink. My favourite summer drink will have to be basically, as I said before, iced tea or some form of cocktail. that I like, or for my mocktail, depending on my mood. Well, as you know, I'm learning to swim. I'll admit that. I know people might be thinking, Aspie, how old are you? You should learn to swim. I've been getting this in my ear hole a lot. You know, you've got a lot of beaches around New Zealand. You should have learned to swim by now since you've got beaches around here, blah blah blah. But I feel that maybe pool will be the safe bet if I'm with the right people. That is, you know, alright with me in their own private pool. Beaches, it can be sway on that one as well. Will have to be some form of lip balm by Nivea again, because as I said, I've been using a lot of Nivea products, as well as some other brand that has done well for my lips to actually moisturise and condition my lips when I sometimes have really dry lips, because 9 times out of 10 different seasons will change my skin kind of, you know, textures, be it sometimes oily, dry, bit of combinated sometimes, or what have you. 24. Any summer traditions? Here in New Zealand, basically, there are a few summer traditions, basically, especially sometimes, like, as we know that Christmas falls into that umbrella. Like, usually for me, a long time ago, used to be a lot of barbecues going on, a lot of fighting over who's going to have the last pavlova, or summer fruit cake with custard, or some form of, you know, summer kind of food, basically. There has been in some retrospect also for that, for the summer Christmas. Here with my family, we usually do, you know, Christmas carols, now and again, so on and so forth. 25. Sun tanning or fake tan. I'm a bit of both at the moment, even though, okay, I haven't got any sun tan at the moment, which I hope to get to blend in my skin or whatever it may be. 26. Favourite barbecue food. Since again, as I said, for us Kiwis, we usually have a lot of barbecue food. I'll say basically, for me, would be like my chicken or steak veggie kinda kebabs, if it was put there, with a bit of side salad on the side. 27. What's your must-have styling product? Again, if you're meaning hairstyling, which I'm guaranteeing with this question it is, I don't usually, as I said before, usually hardly use much hairstyling products, but if I was, as I said before, in my go-to hairstyle, when I'm straightening, it will be certain oils to actually strengthen it, because as I've noticed, as I'm trying to grow it out a few times, it is thinning out certain areas. So I'm actually trying to do basically oils and maybe hair masks and whatnot, which I'm hoping to start creating homemade masks soon. 28. Favourite summer scent. If the favourite scent will be basically just certain favourite foods of mine that goes in here, barbecue versus also maybe just as a the smell of sea salt, you know, as I'm going on beaches. Number 29, any summer traditions. Well, again, when I was younger, we used to go to the beach a lot. We used to play some summer sports as a family, talk, little mini soccer, croquet, frisbee. Sometimes now and again we'll go swimming, sometimes once in a while before my dad is well now, we used to like go to the beach and fish and stay up at a caravan somewhere up in can't remember the actual famous tourist spot up north somewhere of the North Island basically, but this is what I can think of. So this is all I can think of right now. Hopefully you've learned a little bit more about me, hairstyle of my little summer tag. Hopefully you like this, smash the like if you did, comment below. Feel free to share your guys' favourite, you know, scents or your favourite summer memory versus also maybe a question to throw at you, what you do for summer. And if you've got any summer bucket list plans, it'll be nice to know. So no further ado guys, thanks for support, thanks for watching, do what I love you do. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Ciao for now.